Hi, welcome. Simon here, and hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about a boot device not found on an HP laptop computer. If you're getting this hard disk error message 3F0, then more likely it is referring to your hard drive has just gone bad. One thing bad about the M.2 SSD drive, one thing about this is they do not give any symptoms or early signage that the hard drive is going on a downhill. On a regular hard drive, the hard drive that spins instead of the SSD, the regular ones, those hard drive, they do die without any symptoms, but majority of the time what they do is the performance of the hard drive decrease over time. So you're getting slower and slower and slower, or you'll be getting the spinning wheel going around and around and around, and then more likely that indicates the hard drive is on a failing stage. Most of the time on the SSD like this, okay, they do not show any sign. They'll just one day stop working and that's it. Okay, hopefully you get some sign meaning they're slowing down, then more likely you want to pay attention to backing up your data. Okay, now this laptop here is about 3 to 4 years, and typically the hard drive would only last about 3 to 4 years. They do not last forever, so keep that in mind as well. If your computer is about 3 years or older, you might want to start paying more attention to backing up your data. Alright, so this is the HP laptop. Let's go ahead and power off the computer. I'll be pressing and holding down the power button on the top left corner. This is a little weird HP laptop. This is let's take a look at the model here. The model for this is HP X360. That is the model of 15 EB. Alright, I'm not sure if you can see it, but the fine print is right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the back cover to get right into the computer. One thing I like to do is to get a metal prying tool to remove this plastic rubber stopper that is at the bottom here. This laptop, what I'll be doing, I'll be applying a new thermal paste on it. It looks like the computer runs pretty hot. At the bottom part here, I can feel like the temperature at least is hot, it's warm. Okay, it's not like the normal what the laptop temperature is supposed to be. Okay, removing that two little rubber stopper here, and then use a Phillips screwdriver, just a regular PH1. Remove the screws. There are 4 screws on the top and 2 screws at the bottom. Okay, once you have removed them, the next step is to go ahead and get yourself a plastic prying tool. You want to go ahead and stick in between the plastic if you can. I'll be using a metal prying tool. The plastic is a bit too thick. It doesn't get in between the cover. It looks like it's quite difficult to get in between. Oh, you know what? I really apologize. I totally forgot the 2 screws here on the side. Because it was a different color of the screw, I totally forgot. Let's see. Apologize on that. Really sorry. I'm using a Torque T5. I didn't really pry it open hard enough, but I was having a hard time to get in between the plastic cover to begin with. So I figured, what is going on? And found out that I missed the 2 screws. Okay, there you go. and then the entire plastic cover would just come right off. At this point here, if you get a chance, you want to do an inspection, you might want to inspect your battery. It looks like the battery here is not doing too good. Okay, I'll tell you why it's not doing too good. You can see like the battery, it feels like there's a lump onto it. So the thing is getting pregnant. Okay, that means there's a swollen. The battery is swallowing up. So how the battery swallow up, then more likely you're overcharging it, meaning that you leave your charger plugged in 24/7. All right, you leave the charger plugged in overnight, and that is how the charger overcharged the battery and it become a problem. Okay, let's go ahead and expose where the hard drive is located. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the battery using a Phillips screwdriver here, removing the screws. Be very careful with this cable. That is your speaker, and it is kind of taped right next to the on top of the battery, so you might want to peel that little tape off. Do not damage that. Now this is the connector. I'm trying to show it to you that you need to disconnect the battery by pulling the connector down towards your body. So slide it down the connector, this little white cable, slide it down. And that should do it, and be very gentle when you remove it. Try not to yank the two speakers on both sides, left and right. Now I'm trying to locate the hard drive. Where is the hard drive is located? And at the same time I'm peeling this thing off. This is just a cover that goes on top of it, the heatsink. We do not need that little plastic cover. Try to lift this one up. It looks like this might be just the RAM and the hard drive. All right, so this little cover here is pretty much covering up the built-in, what do you call this again, built-in chipset for the RAM, and then the hard drive is here, which is the PCIe Express built by Intel. Get your Phillips screwdriver. This is a smaller one. I'll be using 1.5, the Phillips. Go ahead and remove that screw, and I should be able to slide the M.2 to the left and remove this. And if you take a look at this, it's showing that this is a 32 gigabytes. Is it that small? I'm confused. It cannot be a 32 gigs of hard drive space on this. I mean, it could be, but what happened to the other? What, is it going to have two hard drive in here? I need to dig a lot more research about this. So I'm questioning it myself. Okay, so this is a 32 gigs slash, no, I'm sorry. I am sorry. This is the only hard drive it is. Okay, so this is actually a 1 terabyte hard drive. Look at the fine print. It did say 32 gigabyte obtained slash 1024 gigabyte nano. Okay, NAND, sorry. So this is actually a 1 terabyte hard drive. So, okay, back in the days when the SSD that just came out, they're very expensive. So only the Windows part of it is installed in the SSD, and they have a secondary hard drive, which is the 2.5 inch, will be somewhere in a computer that runs as the program files or the data files. But nowadays, fast forward, everything is a lot cheaper, affordable on the M.2, so they do not have the 2.5 inch SSD anymore. The regular hard drive, they all run on the M.2 drive. So that is the thing. Okay, so there's the 1 terabyte, and let's go ahead and replace it with the 1 terabyte as well. Okay, here comes the 1 terabyte hard drive, M.2. Hopefully you guys can see it. 1024 gigabytes. So let's go ahead and install. I'll be sliding it from the left to right at 45-degree angle. Slide it all the way in, push it down, and have the screw go back on top of it. Okay, so that is the hard drive, and installing back the cover. All you have to do is to make sure you match that little gap right here, so you can see that those gaps, okay, are the one that is holding down the bracket. So let's go ahead and align them in a position like that. So there's one here, one on the right, goes to the left, okay, goes there, goes there, goes on top, and just close it down. Okay, so that is just to cover up the hard drive and the RAM. The next step I like to do is to apply some new thermal paste on the heatsink. The heatsink seems to be overheating. Let me go ahead and try. It's not supposed to come off, and how did that thing came off? So the screws are not supposed to come off. I do not know why. That thing just came right off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on the heatsink. Okay, and you just lift it straight up. We'll realign that plastic. So this is the heatsink, and looks like the thermal paste is already dried up. I need to get some new thermal paste. Before you go apply the new thermal paste, you get one of these alcohol wipes, okay, and you want to go ahead and wipe off that dry thermal paste. So here on the left is actually graphics card. It says NVIDIA on top of the GPU. So this is NVIDIA graphics card. Hopefully you guys can see it. Can you? Yeah, so it's NVIDIA graphics card, GPU. Okay, and then the next step here would be the CPU. Let's go ahead and dry it. Kind of clean it all on the side. Once you have done with cleaning off the dry thermal paste, you might want to come here and clean off the heatsink as well. The heatsink is all have this rusted thermal paste. Go ahead and wipe it off. Okay, once you have cleaned off everything, now it's time to apply a new thermal paste. I'm just spreading it evenly apart. Okay, we have the heatsink to go back on top of it. Okay, so once you have the heatsink sits on top, this funny little screw came off. I just want to make sure that this guy can go back inside. There you go. And what I like to do is to work out from outside in, because when you tighten up the screw, you're squeezing the thermal paste. So I try not to squeeze it everything in one corner. So I'm just going to tighten it from inside out. Okay, come back here and finish up the screw. Make sure everything is tight, and that should be it. You might want to come and clean off the fan if you have a chance to do that. So we have the hard drive installed, the new M.2 drive, apply new thermal paste on it, and we have the battery to go back on top. Let's go to get the connector, go back in. So you just need to slide it back in and push it all the way in. And the speaker cable to go back in a position right next to the battery. Okay, do not forget the screws that are holding the battery. So let's go ahead and put them back together. Now we just changed the hard drive on the HP. That doesn't mean that you're going to have the Windows. That doesn't mean that you can have the computer start running again. So you definitely need to install Windows in it on that new hard drive, and you need to get one of this, or you can just make your own by going to Microsoft website, download that Windows installer USB drive. So buying this one, not only the USB installer, the installer media comes with it, but it also comes with the license key for the Windows 10. Now if you do not want to buy this, or what you can do is you can go to Microsoft website and try to look for Windows 10 OEM media installation file or something like that. Go ahead and get a USB, download it, and save you some money so you don't have to buy the installer USB drive. Stick this one back together, and just a plastic cover, and have this little back cover to go back on top. Press it down. Okay, you're gonna have the two screws here to go back at the bottom. There are 4 screws here on the top. Now what I did is I installed the M.2 drive and also apply new thermal paste on the computer, and now is the Windows installation. Okay, if in this video I won't be showing you the Windows installation, you might want to check it out in my channel. I might have a Windows installation done it separately, so go ahead and check that out. But other than that, that should be it. If you have any question, please comment down below. I do read your comments and I will try to answer you through the comments. And again, if you find this video is helpful, please go ahead and smash the like button for me. I really appreciate you for liking my videos. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you for doing that. And again, if you want to show appreciation, your generosity. Please go ahead and click on the YouTube super thanks. So YouTube super thanks allow you to donate money to show appreciation. That helps me to grow my channel and support my work here. All right, thanks for watching. I hope that you fix your HP laptop. And the problem is the M.2 drive. They do not give any sign, and they do die very easily, especially this one here. Okay, thanks, bye now.